What is happening, people? That's right. We are Hay Arquero back with episode 13. We're not on Discord anymore. You know, we had rain on us. We had no power, no Wi-Fi. I got COVID, but we are here.
We're back. It's good to be back.
We're finally back. We're finally back.
Finally back. None of that matters because we are here to talk about football because that is what matters right there. But before we get into the football talk,
Okay.
question of the day.
What do you got for
And
us?
it's actually not about football this
I
time,
like this.
but it is about, your culture. So, in your opinion, your favorite food that comes from your culture. You can be as specific as you want. It can be a specific dish. It can be a specific way to cook it. Whatever you want. But what is your favorite food that comes from your culture?
Oh, for me, it's barriadas, 100%.
What is
I
that?
don't know if you guys ever heard of
You
that.
gotta
Never,
explain
yeah.
it.
So it's just a flour tortilla with beans, cheese. You can add whatever, like crema,
Okay.
aguacate, meats, like whatever kind of meat you want. It's basically like a taco, but
Okay.
All right.
yeah, but
Okay.
just your little like our Honduran salt on it, I
Oh,
guess.
okay,
Touch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like that's the barriada.
But
How
yeah.
about you?
Because obviously I feel like the normal answer is just tacos. There's nothing better than just getting out of the bar 2 a.m. andas pedo y ves un taquero en la esquina. Fácil me como 10, drenched in salsa. There is honestly nothing better. But I do gotta give an honorable mention to aguachile. I love aguachile.
Why do I feel like I know what that is, but I can't remember?
It's basically like so it's kind of like ceviche. So,
Okay,
but it's
yeah.
like with shrimp, and then they'll drench it with like lime and like
Yeah.
chile tepin and like other kinds of like salsas and like vegetables and stuff like that. It's so good. Con nata está amazing.
I really like sopes.
Sopes are good.
I like sopes.
Sopes are good.
Mexican food is really good. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's one of the best in the
Yes.
world,
Yeah.
honestly.
I'd say the best.
For Venezuelan food, I'll go with cachapas. I don't know if you guys know what that
No.
is,
Nah, yeah.
but it's like a pancake, but made
Okay.
of corn with corn. And
Okay.
and then you put cheese in it, but it's some kind of specific cheese.
I was
It's
gonna
like
say something that was gonna offend you.
what?
I was gonna say, is it basically an arepa?
No. It's like
That's
it's
what I
like
was
it's like so far away from being
Okay.
the arepa, yeah. But yeah, it's like made with corn, and then you put a specific cheese called queso de mano, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, now in the U.S., like cheese doesn't taste like cheese, so it's hard to eat one of
know what you
them.
mean.
But
Yeah.
but there's some places where you can find certain
That's a
things.
fact. Food back home, like in like Latin American countries, just tastes
It
better.
just tastes
I don't
better.
know.
And then you come over here and you see the cheap knockoffs, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
you feel insulted.
Yeah, even like restaurants that bring products from other areas, it's still
It's
not,
not
the
the
same.
same.
If it's
Yeah.
not made in there, it's like a street taco. It's,
Yeah.
it's so different from like a restaurant or something
Yeah,
like that.
it really just is not the same.
Yeah,
But now, moving on to the footy of it all,
Yeah.
the finals, because we had some summer tournaments concluding. We'll first go over the Euro Finals. So let me just get y'all's initial thoughts on the final, England versus Spain.
Oh man. I mean, listen, England. Let's be real. Should they have been here in the first place? No, and it truly showed in this game. Honestly, if it wasn't for that Cole Palmer, wonder strike in the 73rd minute, who knows? Like I didn't see England scoring at all throughout the entirety of the game. Spain dominated possession, dominated the shots, dominated the entirety of the game. And yeah, I mean Spain showing why they truly deserve to be here after beating Germany, a game that could have went either way. In my opinion, the champ was decided in that game, more than likely. But yeah, I mean Spain getting it done with Nico Williams and Oyarzabal.
yeah. I loved every second of it because it was a very, even though England didn't play the best football, like Spain did.
Yeah.
Spain's so good that England's like bad pressing.
It showed.
Like it didn't show. It's just
Yeah.
like Spain was so good that I didn't care about England. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal are
What
just
more
like
can we
out
say?
of this world. I mean, we were talking about this like before the episode, but if Barcelona can somehow put them together in a team for a couple of years, 5 years, whatever it is, it's going to be amazing. And honestly, I was talking with some friends throughout the game about Cucurella. And some of my friends were, how does he start? And I was like, have you watched the tournament? He has been one of the Spain's like best player.
Yeah.
And immediately after one said he should not be playing, Cucurella makes the perfect assist for Oyarzabal, who, that late winner, it's just amazing. What do you think about the final?
I mean, like, first of all, I do gotta say that in one of the episodes we were giving our group predictions, I had Spain not doing good in this tournament. Because my thought process was these guys are young, they're inexperienced. Don't get me wrong, they're really good, but I just don't know if they have what it takes to take it all the way. And oh my goodness gracious, did they shut me up?
Yeah.
These young players. We like to talk about Lamine Yamal. We like to talk about Nico Williams, Dani Olmo as well. Worth mentioning. Like these young players cultivated like this football that we've been so yearning to watch, and it was just amazing to watch. It was against England. I mean, I've trashed on England before in this podcast.
So who hasn't?
Yeah. But it was a good victory for Spain. The deserved team won it. Like how we're talking about the best team in the tournament, like domination. I think they won every single one of their games out there.
Yeah, and if we're gonna talk about someone, we're gonna talk about Subimendi. I think it was very surprising. I see him coming on. And I'm like, wait, why is he coming on?
Yeah.
He is a defensive center mid, and like the alarm went on. It's like, what's happening to Rodri? Or is he gonna play? Is he really gonna try to defend with two center mids? Like, why is he doing this? And Rodri comes off, and this guy just played an outstanding game.
Yeah.
He controlled the midfield. He allowed the ball to go forward, and he gave it to Olmo, to Fabian Ruiz, who was amazing throughout the tournament. When I was looking at Spain's starting 11, I said, I wish Gavi wasn't here. If you could put Gavi for Fabian Ruiz, it will be so much better. But throughout the tournament, every stage, every game, he kept showing why he deserved to be in here. And I mean, Spain in general was amazing, a deserved win. They are Reyes de Europa, like Real Madrid, four Euro Cups, and it's amazing. I mean, it's also allowing, Spanish people to kind of get disconnected from that amazing team that they had from 2008 to 2012.
Yeah.
It's not like we just had like a nice generation and that's it. It's showing like we're still, a powerhouse in Europe.
Yeah, Spain looking fantastic. They will be in the finalissima later on.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. But England, I want to talk about Harry Kane for a little bit here. Like I made a prediction before the tournament that Harry Kane would be the MVP of the entire tournament. That I was far from that, super far from that. And yeah, if you're Harry Kane, I don't know. I mean, you've lost two Euro finals back to back.
Yeah.
You lost with Bayern. You lost the league. You lost Champions League. You lost the UCL final with Spurs in 2019. You just
keep losing, man.
Just keep losing, and you gotta feel for him, honestly. Like deep down, I do feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, how can I feel bad when he's had so many opportunities to shine in these finals?
Yeah.
And yeah, disappointing. I think the only player from England that was semi good was Jude. I think Jude showed like a lot of effort out there, and on their goal, he made that pass back to Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'll say Pickford as well. He had some good saves. I remember those two plays with Lamine Yamal, that he could have finished.
Luke Shaw wasn't bad in the first half.
Yeah.
Lamine, I thought that first half he was pretty solid in that matchup. The second half, it just all opened up.
And what do we think about the man? Southgate. He's officially out for those of you who wanted him out for a long time, like me. He's officially out, and someone else will take his spot. We'll see. There are some rumors about different people. But what do you guys think about the subs?
Oh, okay. The subs, I mean, taking off Harry Kane at the 65th minute or something, like giving up on him just so early on. I honestly I feel for these players, man. Like they're under this management of Gareth Southgate, wasting these talented players. I remember when Jude came in. When Jude had the ball, and then Cole Palmer had just gotten subbed in, and he was in the box. He passed it out, and I was thinking, there's space there. Who's gonna be the one receiving the ball? I see Cole Palmer pulling up, and I'm like, that's a goal. Cole Palmer is going to score this, and that's what Cole Palmer did. So and that's what happened. You know, the subs came in and the subs did their job, and it was something that we had seen from England, you know, numerous times with Ollie Watkins, with Cole Palmer and stuff. But a little bit on Gareth Southgate. I just want to. Well, actually, I'll get into that in a little bit. I'll let you go first. 'Cause that's a different conversation.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, if you're not England, I think and anyone else would take 2 finals back to back, 2 Euro finals, and you know, arguably one of the hardest tournaments. I mean, Mbappe said it was harder than winning a World Cup. So.
And you can't forget about the 2018 semifinals.
Yeah,
and that's something big as well.
Yeah, and that's obviously so they've done very well on paper, but when you look at this England squad, you have to think about how they are not winning with this squad, because on paper they easily have one of the best, if not the best, international squad on paper right now. I mean, and maybe they can figure it out with the new manager. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go into. Like, so it's insane to think about that. Like a team, like there is differences in teams and in football and in level. For example, like Mexico, we're scraping anything we can to get a new coach 2 years prior for this new project for the World Cup in 2 years. But if for a team like England, man, like you have the players, these players are ready. You just need somebody to come in and tell them to play some football. And it's just like it's the very different levels of football and just so blatantly. But I think that. I mean, there's been talks about different kinds of things, like Pochettino was linked to England, you know, with his time with Spurs for a while. So I could see that happening. But with this England squad, like, I feel like any big personality with experience could really cook.
Yeah, and I think it's time for them to look outside of England. You know, a foreign manager, when bringing new mentality, and although someone who is like away from the players but can still have that impact and that voice in the locker room to demand respect. That's much needed when you have so many superstars. However, seeing how the English Federation it is, I doubt they'll go from someone who's not English. I think they're gonna stay in Great Britain and they're gonna try to find a manager with that bloodline. However, you know, I have to give it to him. Like I feel like I think Southgate, like his game against Spain, although England didn't play as good, his subs were on point. Like, and it's crazy that he ends up leaving after he gave me the best impression throughout the tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like a Southgate thing, I guess. It's just that's the way the man is.
Yeah, I mean, well, a lot of people, you know, they're saying their goodbyes to the coach, and Spain, you know, crowned the champion of Europe. And now we go over to the other side of the ocean in the Copa America, one that we had at home, which we're not used to having in the U.S., but we ended up having it. Argentina defeats Colombia with a goal from Lautaro in extra time. Thoughts on this?
El Toro, man. I was so happy for him. I'm the type of person Lautaro Martinez is an excellent baller, man. You may like him or not, but he is a wonderful striker that every team in Europe, big teams in Europe, want him. And I was so happy for him when he scored that goal. I mean, everything that happened before the match, we'll discuss that a little bit later on in the episode. It was just like shocking. It was just like, when is this gonna start? You know, I want this to start. And Colombia played a really good half. And I have to ask you guys, was Argentina better with or without Messi?
Oof. I mean, they definitely showed that they can do it without him, because this was not a Messi tournament. This was Argentina, you know, playing and stuff like that. He got subbed out, and unfortunately he got injured. We all saw his ankle just inflamed in TV. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Feel bad for him. He doesn't look like he's gonna be in Houston by the time he comes. But I mean, Argentina, like, you know, people were thinking, oh, it's just Messi. What's gonna happen after Messi? These players play for Messi. No, these players play for the badge. These players play for the shirt. And I mean, this was just a glimpse at to see into the future for this Argentina squad.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Argentina were the deserved winners, in my opinion, with Messi or without throughout this game. I don't think they played better or they played worse.
It's just different.
It's just different, but I don't think they were better or worse. I think they played like the same, pretty much. But I mean, the subs. I was very impressed with Paredes when he came off or came on. Paredes was really good.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, after the first half, it got really boring, really stale. Honestly, it was a really stale game. And then it all opened up in extra time. I do think that the keeper could have done a little bit better on that Lautaro goal.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't.
It was like right over his head.
Yeah.
And football is cruel because Davinson Sanchez was being one of the best center backs in the whole tournament.
Yup.
And he ended up leaving that gap for Lo Celso to make that play. And talking about Lo Celso, you mentioned Paredes. It's so crazy how life always takes you back to a certain specific point because Colombia, the last game Colombia lost was against Argentina in the World Cup qualifiers in Argentina. And that was I think in 2022. Now, going even further than that, in 2021, when they win Copa America, the midfield was consolidated with Leandro Paredes, Lo Celso, and Rodrigo de Paul. The three midfielders that ended up winning this match.
Yeah.
And Lautaro Martinez was also excellent during that time for Argentina. He ended up losing his spot for Laranja, but Lautaro Martinez ends up coming on and it ends up scoring. So it's kind of like it always takes you back. Like
Lautaro win the Golden Boot.
Yeah, with 5 goals.
Look at that.
5 goals. I think the second best was Rondon with 3, and then
Yeah.
it's a bunch of players with 2 goals.
Yeah.
Nicolas Gonzalez, obviously he replaces Messi, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Always misses
Yeah.
that chance, and it's so frustrating. But I will say he comes in and he creates.
Yeah.
He just needs to work on that.
Yeah.
I think if he can figure out his decision making in the final third, like
Yeah.
he's gonna be a great
And
player.
I think it's one of those cases where when you score 1, you're gonna start to score a bunch of goals.
Yeah.
He's gonna be good.
Yeah.
He's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
But all it took is, desconcentración from Colombia at the back. Like you said, Davinson Sanchez was having amazing. It took, 5 seconds. He stepped out of place, broke the line. All of a sudden, big ass space in the middle. Lautaro's throw.
I did want to touch up on that Colombia pen at the end of extra time. What did you guys think? Did you
The
guys see
very
that
last one with
on
Borja?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it could have been called. I can see why he didn't, but honestly, if he called it, I would have been like, okay.
I think the ref did an excellent job, honestly,
the ref was
because
great,
he
yeah.
allowed the game to be played, but he called the smart fouls. I think, I don't know. I don't think many Colombian players demanded that
Mhm.
more because of the context rather than the play,
Yeah.
and they didn't show like much replay on it, to be honest. But I mean, it is what it is. Talking about Colombia though, Nestor Lorenzo, he's
Okay.
Argentinian. He faces Argentina in the final,
Mhm.
same as the Chile managers during the 15 and 16 Copa America finals that they won against Argentina.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the subs as well? I have to ask that because obviously Colombia doesn't have as much depth as Argentina does. Obviously you're replacing Julian Alvarez for Serie A's like best player in my opinion.
Okay.
Colombia doesn't have that, but I mean his subs. Richard Rio comes off, and you have Quintero,
Yeah.
Uribe, Carrascal, Castaño, and Borja, obviously.
Mhm.
So, what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Borja was okay. It wasn't great, but wasn't bad either. Juanfer, I wanted to see a little bit more from Juanfer, I think. And then other than that, like it was just like whatever. Honestly, like those other subs, I don't really have too much to say on the other subs, just because Colombia wasn't. I don't know. I just felt like after the first half, they didn't have much idea on what they wanted to do going
Yeah.
forward. So I don't know. It's tough to give you a proper opinion on that.
Gotcha.
I feel like the subs were definitely like, trying to hold on to dear life. They were so used to not going into extra time that they needed to, some fresh legs and stuff like that. But then, to your point, I feel like at that point, that's where the depth and the level shows of both national teams, because Colombia was able to show brilliant 90 minutes of football time and time again. But when it came into extra time, that longevity, the consistency in the squad just wasn't there.
Yeah, and let's not forget something that I mentioned in last episode that we did through Zoom, that Colombia played a really tough match against Uruguay, and they played on. I think Argentina played on Tuesday,
Yeah.
and then Colombia played on Wednesday.
Mhm.
So they had
They had
one
an extra day.
Yeah, they had an extra day to rest. In Colombia, it was obvious that even like obviously they didn't have the depth, but even the players starting, like for example, like Luis Diaz sub and James sub,
Mhm.
it was not because of a tactical standpoint or
Yeah.
simply trying to bring a similar player. It's just like they were
Exhaustion,
worn out.
yeah.
They were worn out, and they needed a sub.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. James winning MVP of the tournament with breaking the assist record.
Yeah.
Copa
Yeah.
America assist record. Yeah, I mean, if you're Colombia with how do you bounce back? Was this your best chance? Because I looked at some of the ages of their players, and they're in their 30s already. Most of these guys are in their 30s. So was this the best chance for them? And we'll see. We'll see in 2 years' time what happens with this team. They'll be in 2026 for sure, zero doubt. So we'll see how they bounce back.
Yeah, something that I think it was Davinson Sanchez and some other players, I think Mujica as well, mentioned that, Argentina lost so many finals that we have to learn from this.
Yeah.
Because they ended up bouncing back, lost 4 finals, and then the next 4 they played, they won them.
Yeah.
So that's something that they had to learn, and it was a lesson for him. And I think that's right on point, because I do consider that it might have been the best chance for some of their players, but in terms of a project and a long-lasting project, this is something that you got to use as a lesson. Because, they're World Cup champions. They won back-to-back Copa Americas. This is a really tough team, and you ended up losing by a small detail in extra time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Definitely. But let's talk a little bit about before the game. And
Yeah.
What was going on outside of in the gates and stuff. Vicente, I know you have connections with people that work at the stadium.
Yeah, Hard Rock. I had friends living in Miami, and I had a friend who was able to do volunteer work in the stadium, and she told me that it was just crazy.
Yeah.
The atmosphere before, even the night before, you could see images and videos of how many Colombians were there, and I was already thinking about, this is gonna be bad. Something is gonna happen, and we're bringing that Latin American gene where we're just chaotic and we do whatever we want, and even though someone tells you don't do this, we do it anyways. And I don't know if you guys saw that video of people crawling in.
Crawling to the vents.
Yeah. It's pretty sad to see that happen in the U.S. and in a tournament like this, especially in the final. And it's alarming because, like you said, we have the World Cup in just 2 years.
We already had the bad look from Bielsa in the conference last week.
He went off
on our stadium.
And his point was
deservedly
proven.
so, because
Yeah.
we can't roll out grass 3 days before a tournament, guys. We have to be better.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we can fix up. But it could be a CONMEBOL thing. I don't know too much about that.
Yeah.
And the insides of it, I don't want to comment on something that I don't know a lot about. But hopefully, all I can say is I hope we fix up.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think everyone's trying to point fingers like CONMEBOL or it's CONCACAF or it's the venue.
Could
or
be a
whatever.
mixture of everything.
In my opinion, it's a mix of everything because you can't blame CONMEBOL for these fans. Very passionate, obviously, but passion is not enough.
It's not an excuse.
Yeah, it's not an excuse to do something like that.
Yeah.
And obviously, they needed more security, better communication, so many other things. But first, the best thing, the game was able to play. After the game, there was not many conflict, even though I did read that there was a fight between Colombian fans and other stuff that ended up leading to 5 deaths, which is pretty sad.
Yeah.
Also, the president from the Colombian Federation was arrested.
Him and his son.
Yeah. So things happened afterwards, but it wasn't as crazy as it could have been. Let's just leave it like that. I think.
Yeah.
I still gotta feel bad for the people, man. I feel bad for the people that paid all that money to have a right to be there, that weren't able to get inside. Feel bad for the people that were there since hours prior, couldn't get up to get a beer, couldn't get up to go to the restroom.
Yeah.
If you got up, you lost your spot, period.
Yeah.
And you couldn't walk through the halls and stuff like that. And then on top of everything, I've been to the Miami Stadium, and that stadium is kind of outskirted from the city, and there's only one way in and one way out. So I cannot imagine how that was. That must have been horrible for the people. So I feel bad, but how y'all said, man, we got to do better. And I hope whoever it is that needed to learn from this, and hopefully, because it's only going to be worse in the World Cup.
Yeah, and there will be consequences for sure for CONMEBOL, for CONCACAF, for Copa America in general, and FIFA will be more restrictive as we head into the World Cup, and obviously the venue as well will probably be fine in certain ways. But that's enough. Before we wrap things up for both tournaments, Copa America and Euro Cups. I want to hear some positive things. That's enough for the fights. It's enough for the negative. What are your best goals? Either tournament. Come on.
The best goal. I'ma just have to give it to Lamine.
Okay.
I'm sorry, bro.
The semifinal against France.
I just have to. The context behind the goal. Ravi
On
Rabiot.
his dome.
Yeah.
Literally on
Also,
his
that I didn't think about that.
right before his birthday, homie simply said, "I'm gonna go right, I'm gonna go left, I'm gonna go right," and then just left into that top dance. Like, it was just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to watch. As a Barca fanboy, amazing, amazing to watch. So I got to give that for my favorite goal.
Yeah. For me, I think Turkey's goal against Austria was crazy.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna have to give it to that one just to be different.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with that one. 2-1 win over Austria that they had. That was a crazy goal.
Yeah. I think an underrated goal, Pulisic's goal against Bolivia was
Okay.
nasty.
That was nasty.
That was
the one that was
nasty.
5 minutes in.
Yeah. 5 minutes in, the context where, like so much help. Obviously, we know what happened later on for the US, but the context that they were in, it was pretty cool. And I think I can put that as my best goal. However, my favorite moment in both tournaments is seeing. I don't know if you guys have seen the clip with like Leandro Paredes as Messi's like as he's crying and he's like hugging him and helping, and then he comes on and delivers this masterclass. It's just my favorite moment. It just represents like for any Messi fan out there, like if you could somehow play alongside him, this is everything you will try to do.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a kid's dream. Like that was my little Barca fan inside of me being like, dude, if I could do something for you, it will be exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, also biggest disappointment. I mean, guys, either player or team, it doesn't matter.
Or coach.
Or coach.
Okay.
Coach. If you want to go ahead, I know who you have on. But I mean, for me, it's got to be Kylian Mbappe. I mean, listen, he will probably be fine. We saw his presentation yesterday. I believe it was yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think he's gonna be fine at Madrid, of course. But 2 Euros now for Mbappe, where he has not really contributed to this France team, despite having everything around him. You have a great coach like the Chumps. You have a great team around you, everything you need to be successful, just like you are at the club level, and you can't seem to do it two tournaments in a row.
Yeah. Something good about Mbappe, though, I'll say is like he recognized it. He acknowledged that he played bad. He said it like right after the match. He's like, my Euro Cups was trash, and I have to be better. And it's sometimes it's not about the momentum, and that's something that I liked about his response to the media. Is like, it's not about me being good or bad, being in a better mentality. Just sometimes soccer is as simple as you play good or you play bad, and I play bad. That's
sometimes
it.
It's not
Yeah.
Damn. So I actually had a disappointment, but bringing up the coach kind of changed my answer.
Okay.
So
You can throw both.
I'll go with the coach
What
first
was yours?
because I got a reasoning behind it. I'm disappointed in Jaime Lozano. Because, so Jaime Lozano and Mexico are very different. I'm not disappointed because we only scored 1 goal in the entire tournament. I'm not disappointed because we couldn't. Anyways, I am disappointed because after such a long time that we've been asking for something like this, after a year of, or since last year, the preparation, the Copa Oro, and into the concentration, Jaime was going to be the guy. Jaime was going to be him. Jaime was going to be the Mexico coach frontrunner that we've been wanting for a very long time. Tournament ends. He gets the job to be an assistant coach or bring somebody on with experience. Homie says, I'm out. Maybe there's some reason behind that he just couldn't take it anymore, the pressure, whatever it may be. But I'm really disappointed in that, man. Because I was, even with these results, I wanted him to be involved in the situations like ahead that we're gonna face, 3 and stuff like that. But he just flat out left and said, I'm out. And that to me was very disappointing.
And something that also disappointing within the announcement, it was how they say that they wanted to look for someone who could bring things for not only the present but a long lasting project.
Yeah.
And therefore them saying that it's like, okay, so like Genie wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad, like the whole situation.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, that's mine.
Okay, my biggest disappointment. I don't want to stick it to a national because we already had a domestic, like you reacting. So I don't think Venezuela was a disappointment. It's just like it's tough, but it's not a disappointment because of the country we're in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Portugal.
Okay.
I think it's not my biggest disappointment because obviously they lost in PKs and sometimes speakers are that way. But I feel like they had a really good roster and they should have been better. And obviously this being Ronaldo's and Pepe's last Euro Cup, I feel like that was enough motivation for the players to be even better.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the mentality just wasn't there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Portugal. Yeah, I agree. Definitely could have done more, and hopefully we can, see CR7 I guess, step down on his own and maybe play that Suarez role that Suarez plays for the Uruguayan national team.
I would love
Yeah.
to see that, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's gonna be it for the finals themselves. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about the teams of the tournament that have been released.
Yeah.
You know, we got the official UEFA Euro one, but we haven't gotten anything from Copa America.
Come on.
Come
Stop,
on.
yeah, we
Stop.
let's get up here.
Yeah, it's almost Thursday. Oh, what's today? Wednesday?
Today's
Yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah. We're gonna get it out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be using CBS's Golazo Best 11 for the Copa America, but we'll go over the Euro one first.
Cool.
So, you know, we got some obvious choices here. You know, we got a lot of Spanish players, deservedly so. We have Nico Williams and then Lamine Yamal on the wings. Musiala playing like a false nine, I guess, yeah. Dani Olmo and Rodri, you know, amazing player. And then Fabian Ruiz, you know, we talked a little bit about him. He had a good season with PSG, but man, I was never expecting him to be pulling up like the way he did in the Euros, you know. Cucurella at the left back, Saliba at center back, Akanji, and then the only English player on the team, Kyle Walker, over
Which is very surprising.
some right backs,
Wow.
and then goalkeeper Magnan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, overall, not bad. Honestly, overall, pretty good.
Yeah.
But Walker is just drives me
Yeah,
crazy.
Walker's.
He's an amazing player. Don't take me wrong, and he had an overall not bad Euro Cup. But man, Carvajal,
I still
like,
gotta give it to Danny all day.
Yeah.
Dani Carvajal had a Ballon d'Oro season, honestly,
Honestly.
and he wraps it up with the Euro Cup win. I mean, he has to be there, and I heard some people saying, well, then it will be just mostly Spanish players. It's a team of the tournament. They
Yeah.
won.
The best.
And they really just have been the best. Like there was a lot of like, I don't know, like we've talked about France, Portugal being disappointed, England being disappointed. Like I feel like there wasn't really like any outshining or like anything spectacular besides this Spanish squad.
Yeah, Akanji had a really good tournament, and if you told me I'll take remove Walker, put Carvajal, and replace Akanji with Stones, I'll take that all day. I
Yeah,
think that will
I could
improve
see
his
that more.
starting 11, and no one will really complain.
Yeah. I mean, John Stones was also the guy that could have probably stepped up a little bit and blocked Jordy Sabal,
Yeah,
but he didn't. If you guys would swap anybody out on this team, would it be Walker or who would it be?
Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
Walker.
definitely Walker for Carvajal. I think that's probably my change, honestly.
Honestly, Musiala maybe for Gakpo. Maybe Gakpo had a good tournament, and we're gonna start talking about the way Gakpo becomes such a bigger player in international tournaments. I mean, it's crazy. His World Cup, now the Euro Cup, like he's proven that it doesn't matter how he's doing it, whatever club he's playing on, he will be responding at the international level.
Yeah. Liverpool definitely are happy to see that.
Yeah, transitioning to the new world, Copa America. I mean, Dibu Martinez in goal.
Undisputed.
Yeah, undisputed. I don't want to hear anything about it.
No debate,
Um,
no.
A bit, Copa America or CBS in this case, they didn't really stick to positions. They kind of like threw the best players that were doing that in kind of like each like tactical point, defensive, midfielder, and strikers.
We do our own defenders.
Yeah.
Christian Romero, I'd put in there. I'd put Romero. I'd put. Who else could I put in there?
Well, Romero isn't there.
Romero. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Romero. So
Well, I don't know if they have defenders or not.
Yeah.
They said they have positions.
yeah, no, it's just what I was gonna say is like Davison Sanchez as a right back,
Okay.
Araujo and Romero as center backs, Viña as a left back, and then the three midfielders, James, of course, 100%. McAllister, yes. Valverde, yeah. We'll discuss that. And then up top, surprises. We have two strikers, Lautaro Martinez, top goal scorer, Rondon,
Yeah.
second top goal scorers, and then making an appearance for CONCACAF, Shuffleberg.
The only CONCACAF.
Yeah, the only CONCACAF players who honestly had an outstanding Copa America, and he was present during the big games. He was
Yeah.
present against Venezuela, and he was present against Argentina. And I was surprised that they took him off early. They took him off early against Argentina.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the best call by Marsh.
No, definitely not.
I forgot what Canada game it was, but I was watching it and that was on Twitter. And I'm on CONCACAF Twitter and stuff like that. So, and the first tweet I see is Shuffleberg walks into the U.S. and Mexico starting lineup. No problem. It's just no problem. And it's true, man. Like, and Canada, big up. They were, I mean, they played for that third place spot. Unfortunately, They didn't beat
They were
Uruguay.
close, honestly. They were close.
They
It's
were
just
close, man.
Lucho was there to
Yeah.
like calm things down.
So I mean,
Any changes?
For me, I am putting the Colombian right back Munoz
yeah, Daniel
over
Munoz.
Davinson.
Wow.
Or I would remove Araujo probably and move Davinson to center back.
Yeah.
And then put Munoz at right back because I thought Munoz was outstanding throughout the entire tournament.
Yeah.
That is the change I would make.
Yeah, it's just the red card, stupid red card against Uruguay, just kind of like makes you forget about him, even though you shouldn't, because he was one of the not only best right back but best players in the whole tournament.
I do have another change. I think I'd put Rios over Valverde as well.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
Richard Rios.
Okay,
over
Richard
Valverde.
Rios.
So that is my second change.
Yeah.
So those are the two changes I would make.
And then I don't. It's because I'm not trying to discredit Rondon whatsoever. But I mean,
what are you gonna say, bro?
Here we go.
It's because upon like looking like this, I was like, why do they have Rondon and Lautaro? Like, why do they have two strikers like that? Like, so it was like bothering me.
Yeah.
And so for that only reason, to trying to keep a single striker, I would like switch. Like, I really like Luis Diaz.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I don't want to discredit Rondon because I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's the formation and like I feel like the players itself are not that bad. It's just the way they're formatting is not bad. Like if you play with if you remove Schaffelberg, add a third, like for example, remove Schaffelberg, add Rios, and then put James as a 10 and play with like a 4-3-1-2, that'll be totally fine.
Yeah, they could.
It's just like Lautaro Martinez as a left wing is not the best call. I would like to see Luis Diaz, and honestly, someone that they are not really talking much is Darwin.
Yeah,
I seriously.
I think just because of the misses.
Yeah.
I think that's why Darwin isn't talked about.
Yeah,
just
obviously.
because of the chances that he misses, Vicente, they are bad. They are bad.
I know.
In terrible moments too, when it's 0-0 and you need a goal. That's the problem.
I'll say it's hard to be a diehard Darwin Nunez fan, but I have to like the man doesn't stop trying. He creates, and he's a diehard. We know what happened in the Colombia game, which was really sad to see that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he also missed it. Throwing a chair. So it was tough, but
it's been rough.
yeah. I mean, you're not gonna add 3 strikers like 3 9s, but he could have been there maybe.
Yeah, could have definitely, done something there. But for the sake of the next segment, I'm asking you guys real quick, who do y'all think in both tournaments, who do y'all think deserved that like extra honorable mention goalkeeper spot? It does because goalkeeper, we get 1 goalkeeper per tournament, but who's that goalkeeper that you would just that deserves credit and deserves to be shouted out?
100% Unai Simon.
From Spain.
I think he responded well, not only in the final, but in almost every game. He had that amazing save with Dani Olmo as well in the line.
Dani Olmo.
And he was really good throughout the tournament. I mean, other years in other tournaments, especially the 2021 Euro Cup, there were doubts about him, but he has earned that spot, and it's now his for at least till 2026.
Yeah, no, I have no complaints there. 100% Unai Simon, I would give the 3rd spot to.
Yeah.
Well, for the sake of this next part that's coming up, he will be in the squad. So we're doing something a little different today in Hay Arquero, right? So we are doing a draft. We're each going to be making a 7-a-side team from the player pool that we just talked about. So both teams of the tournaments. That's why we needed a 3rd keeper. So one of us had that extra keeper. The only reason why I include Unai Simon, but we already predetermined the draft order. For those of you listening, we're doing a snake draft, so it's going to be very simple. The order is Vicente, Jordy, Guillermo, and then it's Guillermo, Jordy, Vicente, and that's how we're going to be going off. Obviously, we're going to keep track of the players that we have, and then you guys are going to be deciding who has the best 7-a-side squad. And without further ado, are you guys ready for the draft?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Yes.
All right, so Vicente can kick us off and get your number 1 pick for your 7-a-side.
My number 1 pick, and we did the audio,
Drum roll.
Yeah. I will go with the Vicente 7-a-side team picks in the 2024 draft. Rodri from Spain.
Okay, securing that heart.
Yes, I'm securing the heart. I'm securing the passion. I'm securing the el pulpo. All eyes everywhere. I'm securing ball control. I'm securing defensive minded team and a guy who simply can bring the pace down when you need him and elevate the pace when you need it as well.
Okay.
So yeah, for my first pick, I'm going with Rodri, and I will build my team around him.
Okay,
Okay,
for sure.
it's a good one.
So for me, with my pick, Jordy FC would like to select Lamine Yamal
Okay.
from
Okay.
Spain.
Okay.
I'm the exact opposite. I want to attack. I want to create. I want to score some goals, and there is no better man in the world right now
Yeah.
to do so.
Back-to-back Euro Cup selections.
Yeah.
A little bit interesting.
Yeah. So now it's my turn. I will go once and then I go again. So I get 2 picks.
Okay.
And bouncing off of those Euro picks, I'm gonna have to take the other 2 up top. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to take Nico Williams and Musiala.
Wow, you're taking both of them.
Wow.
I'm taking both of them because
Okay.
purely
They
with
just
those-
want to attack. They just want to attack.
with those 2 up top, I just got techers at the front,
Yeah,
bro. I
okay.
just got dribbling. I just got ball movement. It's just
Yeah.
it's gonna be some great times with those 2 at the combination. But that's what I'm gonna go for my picks. And now we're gonna be throwing it back to you, Jordy.
For my second pick, I need someone that can facilitate the ball to Lamine, no problem, no hesitation every time, and get those assists. There is no better man right now than James Rodriguez.
Okay,
So James
okay.
Rodriguez is my second pick
That was-
for my team.
Okay. I was thinking about bringing James so I could bring that other light with the ball, that other, skilled player. But I'll be a little bit more conservative.
Okay.
And I will bring Cuti Romero, the
Okay.
best center back in
Whoa.
the world.
Yeah.
I'm
Securing the-
debating that
securing.
against anyone. The best center back against in the world. He's amazing. This guy can do everything. If you need to man mark someone, he will be there. And if you need to win balls in the air, he will be there. This guy's amazing. And I don't care who you have on top. He will lock them down.
Okay. So
Oh, okay, I'm going again. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm going Kuti. Okay, I need to bring someone who can score goals because I have Rodri and Kuti. Now, let's see. You know what? I'm going with another Argentinian player. I'm going with my boy El Toro.
Okay.
El Toro.
So I already have. I'm going with El Toro. He can score goals. Top goal scoring in Copa America. This guy's amazing. And I'm trusting him. I'm leaving him for the full 90 minutes because I know that he's going to win me some games. He already showed in the final winning, with a game-winning goal.
Okay.
So he's my boy.
Okay, that sounds good. Jordy, what's your next pick?
All right. With my next pick, next to James Rodriguez, Alexis McAllister. That is my
Okay.
next pick. He was fantastic throughout the entire tournament with Argentina, holding it down in the midfield. So yeah, for my third pick, it is Alexis McAllister.
Okay. And now I'm gonna get a nice little workhorse in the midfield.
No, we're
Gotta get the boy Valverde in the squad.
Okay.
I mean, it's gonna be that workhorse in the midfield. And then I'm for my next pick. He's a defender, but the reason why I'm picking him is not because of his defending ability, but it's actually his ability in bringing up the ball. His ability is he's got the vision, and he's also proven people wrong. Cucurella. I'm gonna pick him up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pick him
You're
up.
on there going with an underdog.
Yeah.
That can prove people wrong. I like that.
So that I will go with Valverde and Cucurella for my next picks.
Okay.
Now, for my fourth pick, I am gonna go with William Saliba from France.
Okay.
That is my fourth pick. I haven't picked a defender yet, so we got to make sure that we hold it down in the back. And I'm gonna go with William Saliba.
Okay. So you guys are starting to realize that you need a structure.
Yeah.
Because you guys went with very offensive players. Now, I have Rodri, Cuti, and El Toro Martinez. I think I need another player in the middle who can be a little bit more creative. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted James. Jordy took it from me.
Yeah.
But I'll get another player who can create. I'll take Dani Olmo.
Daniel was good.
Dani Olmo, he showed that he can do it in the big games, and he's not ready because let's not forget that Olmo was not initially in the starting 11.
Yep.
It was Pedro's injury that allowed him to take that role, and he proved everyone like Cucurella, like Fabian Ruiz, that he's ready for the challenge. And I like those type of players, so I'm going with Olmo from Spain.
All right.
Oh, and I keep forgetting about that.
You got
But
two picks.
yeah, my other pick. Okay, this is important because I only have 3 players left. Like I said, I have Rodri, Cuti Romero, Lautaro Martinez, and Olmo. Give me. You know what? I'm not doing this because of my team. I'm doing it to be mean. I'm taking Davinson Sanchez from y'all.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm going with the best two center backs, maybe in the world,
That's actually-
definitely in the
That's a
continent.
crazy
That's
back
it.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
but
crazy.
You
back
guys
line.
went very offensive. I went very
Yeah, you
defensive.
were very defensive.
So
You got
yeah, I'm
the
going with
best
Davinson Sanchez.
Okay. All right, Jordy.
No
All right,
goalkeepers.
So for my fifth pick, I just feel like every goalkeeper in this draft is
It's good enough.
just as good.
Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe in terms of pen stopping, there's no better.
Oh,
Yeah.
We know.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
But in terms of throughout the game, making those saves that need to be made, all these goalkeepers, they're going to do the job. But for my fifth pick, I am actually going to go with Kyle Walker. I'm actually going to go with Kyle Walker. I know that he shouldn't even be on this list, and that if I was here, I wouldn't even take Kyle. Like I'm saying, like I wouldn't put him in the best 11 of the Euros, but I still think that Kyle can perform at right back. We need defenders, so we're gonna go ahead and pick Kyle Walker for our fifth pick.
Okay. And then with my two picks, man, this is a turning point here. I'm gonna just
players, right?
well, no. It's two more and then one more. So
yeah,
three more.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just have to lock down the posts, man. I'm gonna just have to really secure this, and I gotta look at El Capitan, bro. I gotta get Ronald Araujo, man. You didn't necessarily have the best Copa America. Ended off with that Barcelona red card against PSG, but I still trust that man. That man is a immovable force, and I'm gonna have to have him leading that center back line.
Yeah, a guy who, remember, the last 18 games that Uruguay played, they only lost 3, and within those 3, the only thing that was consistently happening was Araujo not playing.
Yeah.
So you
That
gotta
should say
know that if he
something.
plays, you win.
Yep.
And
then
you're
for my other pick, this is I guess a little interesting, but I'm gonna go with Akanji.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have my field is Nico Musiala, kind of up top, interchangeable, work rate, Horse Valverde in that midfield, and then Cucurella and Akanji on the left hand and right hand side, going up with the ball, and then Araujo in that center back spot.
Okay.
So that is my next two picks.
Gotcha. Jordy, back to you.
Sounds good. Okay, so for my sixth pick, I am actually gonna go with someone. It's 7 aside. I get a pen. I have a corner. You know where I'm going, Vicente. It's the man, Salomon Rondon. That is my sixth pick for my team.
Okay. I was thinking about that too. If I went into the extra time and I needed another striker, I would like to see Salomon Rondon. These are my last two players, guys, so I need to secure myself because we're going to penalties for sure. I'm picking El Dibu Martinez.
El Dibu.
Okay? El Dibu, like Jordy said, all goalkeepers are within the same level. However,
there is a clear winner.
There's a clear winner in pens, and that's my guy. That's El Dibu Martinez.
In clutch moments as well, man.
Yeah,
When Argentina needs them,
Yeah.
homie becomes the biggest
And
man.
honestly, being 100% honest, this is based on Scaloni's time in the national team, not in Argentina's long history. But he's ahead of Di Maria in terms of being an icon for this team. I think it's Messi, Dibu,
Nah.
and then Di Maria. Again, within Scaloni's time in the national team.
Yeah, I mean,
Because,
I definitely see what
You
you're
know,
talking
what
Because of
Yeah,
his
yeah.
goals. I mean, his goals. He scored in a Copa America final. He scored at the Maracanã. He scored in the World Cup final.
Yeah.
And he's shown.
Yeah, no,
Dibu was the reason why they won that World Cup.
Yeah, no, Dibu it's crazy. His personality as well. I mean, I love the guy, and I think he's gonna do big things. Now, for my last player, I need a little bit of pace. I have Rodri, Cuti, El Toro, Olmo, Davinson Sanchez, and Dibu. Wow, who can I pick? You know what? Forget about pace. Does any of you have Fabian Ruiz?
I don't got him.
then I'm picking
Pick
Fabian.
with Fabian Ruiz.
I'm picking
To
Fabian.
secure the possession. So you're
Yeah.
going really
Yeah.
defensive style
Defensive,
possession.
yeah.
You're going prime Pep.
Yeah, I'm going prime Pep. I'm going
possession.
possession. Let El Toro wait in the box. We will get the ball to you.
Yeah.
Holland style football, you know. But yeah, I you're not gonna score on me. So if we draw, we're going to PKs and I will win.
And you will win.
So
So you will have Martinez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so yeah, that's my
fair.
7. Once again, Rodri, Cuti, El Toro, Olmo, Davison Sanchez, Dibu Martinez, and Fabian Ruiz. Let me know in the comments what you think. What could be better?
Yeah. I still have one more pick. I have my 7th pick, and it is a goalkeeper, actually.
Okay.
And it is going to be Unai Simon. Unai Simon, obviously, we need a goalkeeper. Unai Simon stepped up with Spain, did his thing. We all know how great he is and how deserving he is of this, Spain starting spot.
Yeah,
So
and
that is my 7th and final pick. So my team was Lamine Yamal, James Rodriguez, Alexis McAllister, Saliba, Walker, Solomon Rondon, and Unai Simon.
A lot of nationalities. No?
Yeah,
Right.
very mixed team.
Yeah, very
I
mixed.
like it.
and
I can't complain about my team. Very solid.
the last pick for me is gonna be the last keeper available, which is a French keeper, Magnan.
Yeah.
So I can't pronounce it. But my team goes as follows: Musiala, Nico Williams with Valverde, and then Cucurella, Araujo, Nakanji, and then Maigan.
Okay, that's
So
pretty solid teams.
I would say so.
Let us know, like I said in the comments, who has the best team. Obviously me. They're not gonna score on me.
It's a little.
You got
Okay,
possession.
let's be honest. Okay, forget that we just did this. We got a list with all these 3 teams. Would you seriously say this team can win a 7-sided tournament?
Bias
I mean,
aside.
Bias aside.
All I'm gonna say is that you can be as possession as you want or whatever, but all I gotta do is, or I have, is one moment of brilliance and some counter-attacking football with some fast players. That's what I got up top, and I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, you have Musiala, you got Nico, you got a solid midfield, you got Cucurella on the back. Your center backs are a little lacking.
Yeah.
Akanji and Araujo.
Akanji and Araujo. But then again, I only have Walker and Saliba back there. And that's it. I went full all-out attack. I'm guns blazing, prime Bielsa, just
Yeah.
sending it, just full send.
Some very different styles of football here.
Yeah, for sure.
Very, very different.
But that's gonna be doing it for the draft, If y'all enjoyed this segment, make sure to let us know. Doing something a little bit different, incorporating some other kind of sports in here. And that is going to be leading us to the end of the episode where we finish it off with Vicente's favorite segment of the show.
Of course.
In
My favorite.
I was gonna call him Hay Arquero, but it's Guess the Footballer.
Guess the footballer, I pick a player, they have to guess within 5 options, or they have 5 options or 5 chances, 5 guesses, and I'll be naming the players that he has played with, maybe current club, former club, or national team, and it has to be an active player. This is episode 13. I can't even remember what the record is anymore, but you guys are done better than worse.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
10
So
and
let's just leave
3
it at that.
or
Yeah, a lot better than worse.
Yeah.
So the baller that you guys are looking for has played with Fede Valverde.
Valverde.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in your team.
Yes, he was in my team.
So the guy you know very well.
Yes, I personally know him very well.
Yeah.
Man, this could be like any Madrid player right
Yeah,
now. It could be like
Uruguay.
Uruguay. We could be going with a low Copa America vibe. I want to scream Darwin Nunez, but he's not gonna put Darwin Nunez up there. I just don't think he would.
The second player is gonna throw you guys.
Oh.
It's gonna be so funny.
We're about to get destroyed on this.
Um,
Throw anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what?
That's
I
a
will
wrong
go
option.
with. Okay, I mean, well, that's like way out of the park, but
It's fine.
I'll go for it.
I'll go with oh my god, I completely the name just went out of my mouth and
Jordy, you have one?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you.
yeah, I just
Okay.
go.
I'm gonna throw Kovacic.
It's not Kovacic. It's not
Okay.
Kovacic. The ball that you guys are looking for has played with Fede Valverde and Mesut Özil.
Okay,
Ooh.
okay. I mean, so Ozil, right? So
Amazing.
Ozil was at
It-
Madrid,
it-
obviously.
it could be
So someone who's been there.
Cruz.
Someone who was there when Ozil was there. And they don't have to still be at Madrid now, but at some point play with Valverde as well.
I'm a guess Cruz.
Now the thing is, Valverde's path is literally
Peñarol,
Peñarol,
Madrid.
Peñarol, Madrid.
So it has to be like, you know,
Yeah.
Madrid or, I mean,
I'll go.
Uruguay, maybe Uruguayan player that played at Arsenal.
Okay,
Also.
okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Hey,
I see the connections.
I'll
there.
still go like Tony Cruz.
Tony Cruz.
Yeah.
It's not Tony Cruz,
Okay.
but I see, you know, the Real Madrid connections that you guys are making with Kovacic and Tony Cruz. Now, Valverde, okay, Ozil and Minjai,
Minjai.
Kim Min-jae.
former
Yeah,
Napoli player, now at Bayern Munich.
Man.
Singing handily costed Bayern Munich that final. Not gonna lie.
No, yeah. He was not good.
It was
Yeah.
not. It was
No,
first. It
it
was
was-
Upamecano against City the previous year. This year was Minjai.
Kim Min-jae, you have Napoli, you have Bayern.
Yeah. So
He's from
Yes,
South
like
Korea.
it could
You
be
have
like
Valverde.
like a long timer Madrid player that has been around with Ozil and is around now, I guess.
Mhm.
Let us
and-
know in the comments if you guys already have it.
Played in
And
Napoli.
remember that they can ask me for the career of one of these players, which is a really important thing.
Man, there's a Uruguayan player, a midfielder. Like it's on the tip of my tongue.
Who did you play for?
No, but like he's small. He's a small midfielder.
Torreira?
Yes, that's what I was
Oh,
thinking
the guy that was at Atletico. He was at Arsenal.
He was at Galatasaray as well.
Yeah. I'm trying to. What about that Minjay link though?
about. Yeah, that's true. No.
But that's not a, that's not.
Yeah,
a
I
bad
saw
progression,
why
yeah.
you went towards that.
And then, Uruguayan player, man, Jay, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna need a name.
Napoli. I'm trying to think of Uruguayans that were playing at Napoli.
Cavani, but way long.
Yeah, that was not recently. Could also be like a Bayern player, like a Bayern,
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
yeah, of course.
Player that passed through Bayern.
Yeah, but like it would have to be a very recent Bayern pass,
Yeah.
and then with Ozil, like that's
You know what? I'm nice enough that I'm gonna give you the fourth name without taking one of your chances. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So Valverde, Ozil, Minjai, and Toni Cruz.
Toni Kroos.
Okay, so Tony
My fucking guess.
one of our guesses. Nice. Okay.
I mean, okay, well, Minjai, because
So we have Tony Valverde, Ozil, and Minjai.
yeah, Tony Valverde.
Now that you guys mentioned Cavani, what duo would have been Ozil and Cavani? Like those passes with that finishing.
Oh yeah,
it would have been so
Yeah,
nice.
it would have
Ozil.
been that nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give you guys 30 seconds to
Ozil,
think about a name.
Minjai,
And remember that you guys can get the career of
and
one
we
of
can
these
get the
players.
career of one of them.
If you guys want Minjai, Ozil, Valverde, I doubt you guys want Valverde.
No.
Kroos is obvious.
Yeah. I mean, because Minjai it was Napoli Bayern, but what was before that? Like, was he like at a Korean club or something?
Maybe. I have no idea where he was before that.
You guys want his career?
Not yet.
We don't know who the fifth
Yeah, we
player
don't know
is.
the fifth player is, so not
You
yet.
could be getting screwed here.
But
Okay.
man, this is
I don't know, bro. This is a tough one.
It's not as tough as it really
as
seems.
we think.
I swear to God.
Okay, well then Minjai's got to be
It's just
a
like
Napoli player.
it's so funny because I keep saying that they should get the career of this player and they're not listening to me. Let us know in the comments if you guys already have it. Because I have the list up here. I'm reading. I'm like, dude, it will be so much easier. to listen.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Give me
Okay.
Minjai,
Okay. So it's a Korean club that I don't even know how to pronounce.
of course.
Then another Korean club.
Oh.
Okay.
Trust me, they didn't play there. But then a Chinese Super League club, the Beijing One team.
Very
I
nice.
think if you play FIFA, you know what that club is. Fenerbahce, Napoli, and Bayern Munich.
Fenerbahce,
From 2021 to 2022, only 1 year there.
Ozil might have been there around that time. So there's that.
40 apps at Fenerbahce, 1 goal actually.
Ooh. Wait.
So yeah.
Federico Say it again. Federico.
Fede, Ozil, Minjay, Cruz. Tony Cruz.
Do you think it's Arda?
Like Turan?
Like Arda?
Or Arda Güler?
Uh-huh.
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, because like Fenerbahce.
Yeah, Fenerbahce and then
I don't know
Ozil.
if he was there though. That's the thing. But
Right.
like he's Turkish and like,
Yeah,
and then you have Madrid, you have Valverde, you have Kroos. That checks those two out.
yeah. I would be down to throw it in.
Arda.
It is Arda Güler.
Okay, there
It
you
is Arda
go.
Güler.
Damn.
It's crazy that you thought about Arda Turan. I was like, damn, bro.
I was like, Arda Turan. I was
Bro
like,
is thinking about that Atletico Madrid Champions run.
That's
But yeah,
way back.
the last player though, it was Soyuncu. So,
Okay.
so Atletico, you know, Turkish. Yeah.
Turkish Madrid. Oh.
Yeah.
That's why I kept highlighting like pick, you know, get this player's career. 'Cause,
Fenerbahce.
yeah, it's crazy. Like not many people remember that Minjay did play for Fenerbahce for 1 year before he made the big jump to Napoli, where he was outstanding, and that's why he ended up
I
signing for
would've-
Bayern.
Because I didn't know that Arda was, but I was like Turkish, you know. Maybe.
Yeah, like it was a good guess. Yeah.
Yeah, let us know when you got this player. If you ever got this player, it was not as hard, but it was not easy. They had to like scrap, you know, the data in there.
Yeah.
But you know, like and comment, subscribe. Let us know in the comments as well. What do you think about this tournaments?
Yeah.
We overall, you know, as fast as you can from 1 to 10, combining the two. I'll give them a summer of soccer of a 8.
I say
Solid.
8 as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm not gonna
Wow.
lie.
Really?
Yeah,
You thought some games
Yeah.
were just.
I gotta get it off my chest real quick before we end the episode. But man, Copa America, bro, what are we doing? Why are we on the floor for 20 minutes? Why are the referees not
there's so
doing
many
anything
fouls.
about it? Why are we doing this and not doing
You got
anything?
bar checks going on for like 5 minutes as well.
It just makes everything look bad. It stops the momentum, it stops the play, and it kills my interest.
Yeah.
So that's why I gotta get
That's
it.
fair, honestly.
Yeah,
That's
CONMEBOL
fair.
has to step it up. Obviously, you know, me being in Venezuela, I always hate when there's a conversation between Eurocup and Copa America. But at the end of the day, you realize that there are differences,
Yep.
and it goes beyond soccer. You
Yeah.
know, it's a social, cultural thing, economics
It'll
as
be
well.
very cool to see that finalissimo though.
Yep.
Lamine against Messi, the
Yeah.
passing of the baton.
The GOAT and the King.
Yeah.
You know, we will get that there. But
Yeah.
that does it for us. Episode 13 of Hay Arquero. See you guys.
Peace.